as UT gets set to host the Grand Valley State Lakers. I'm Bruce Wozniak, joined by Taylor Stolworthy. And UT getting ready to take the field here wearing all black this morning. And they will start off going right to left here in the first quarter. Grand Valley State wearing white on top and blue on the bottom, going left to right. And Taylor, a beautiful Sunday morning for lacrosse and a good spectator turnout here in the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex.
It certainly is, Bruce. There's a lot of Tampa fans, but notably as well, a lot of Grand Valley State fans were able to make the travel too. We were hearing a lot of them cheering during the player introductions. So it'll be interesting to see how that fan dynamic could be more in Tampa or in Grand Valley State's favor.
And the Lakers,
this match,
with the first possession here, Alex Walling, the starting goaltender for UT this morning, as the Lakers have it behind her to the right. And working out front for a shot and broken up. And there's a ground ball, and the Lakers are able to come up with it. And this is Maddie Champagne with it. Tries to get by the defender and can't. Nice work there defensively by Holliston Wagner for UT. And it's in behind the Grand Valley State net. And looking for something out in front. And she has to dish it off to Champagne again. And great defense being applied there. Still 39 seconds on the shot clock. And a good job by UT defensively that there's no one open to pass to. And now there's a shot taken that might have hit the goalpost. And we'll have a call here, violation against the Spartans. Looks like a push. And so an opportunity coming up here for Maddie Champagne, a free position attempt. Waiting for the official's whistle. There it is. And long shot taken, hit the goalpost. And the rebound is going to bounce out of play on the far side of the field, and it'll be turned over. So we'll get a look at the Spartans' first offensive possession of the day.
The Spartans are going to be looking to recover after having a fun exhibition earlier in the week against Team Scotland as part of their United States World Cup training tour. The Spartans took a loss, but in that game they were able to try out some different strategies, tactics, and also warm up a few different players. But the majority of the standard Spartan starters are in right now as they try to work it around the back to try the first goal of the game.
And here's UT working from behind the Lakers net. And now they'll send it all the way up top. Scoreless here in the early going. We're coming up on just 2 minutes into this game, as it's sent into the corner by Julia Kolderman. And now working down behind the net, there's a pass out on the far side. Up top now, Cece Colombo fakes the pass. And now strong defense applied there, but too strong as the official with the call there against Leah Johnson of the Lakers. And so UT retains possession, of course. And waiting for things to get set. And the official making one more adjustment. And there's the whistle for the restart. And no shot there, so it's pushed in behind the Lakers net. Sent back around. The Spartans working the perimeter here, looking for an opening. And nothing there as it's turned over, and the Lakers try to start back. Some pressure by the Spartans on the far side.
The Lakers had a great play there, being able to keep their defensive shape and ultimately force a turnover. And as they're bringing it up into their attacking half of the field, and eventually the attacking third, they're going to want to see if they can capitalize after they had a rough time out last time.
And with it now, Sophie Conroy, her pass on the far side of the field. And a nice move there by Sydney Stone. And another whistle.
Huh? No. They do it over there.
And now the officials talking amongst themselves, all three of them starting to gather, sorting this out.
Probably
as Sydney Stone is waiting to restart for Grand Valley State. A long delay here. And now the official finally set. And the whistle as play resumes. Stone in the far corner and another whistle. And at this rate, it's a good thing they started at 11 o'clock in the morning. This game could go on for quite some time as they see two of the officials over at the scorers table on the far side of the field.
We've already had quite a few whistles being blown in. I was here for the exhibition match against Scotland, and there were also quite a few different violations and even yellow cards in play. And already this has had a fast rate of getting some of the whistles in action early. But that being said, it's always good to make sure that any foul that is seen is being called. Grand Valley State will have a chance when the play resumes.
And play does finally resume as it's Sydney Stone once again. Up top being chased, Stone has a little bit of room and then retreats as a stick came up high on her. And so another call against the Spartans. And Stone anxious to resume here. One-on-one against Alex Wallen. And scores! Stone able to bounce that one past Alex Walling, and the Lakers get the game's first goal 3 minutes and 20 seconds in.
That's a great, well-taken shot on the one-on-one, and those are the important shots you need to capitalize. When you get a free position like that, if you can't find it within the back of the net, it's ultimately a big failure for your team because they're some of the easiest chances you can get, a direct one-on-one, usually without interference. So with the Lakers capitalizing, we'll be ready for the draw. 1-0 Lakers lead.
Maddie Champagne and Sarah Hinkle out there for the draw. And the ball is out and whacked at, and the Lakers come away with it as it's pushed ahead, but the pass misses. And recovering for UT is O'Neill Gallinson, and she'll start up the near side. Gallinson with a nice burst of speed, and she's met there by Champagne. The ball's cuffed up, and of course, possession remains with the Spartans. So Gallinson will put it back into play as UT crosses midfield. Madison Birch pushes it up ahead. Now into the far corner. The Spartans take it all the way down in behind the Lakers' net. And it's held, and finally, Spartans will try from up top. Cece Colombo, her pass over connects, and a collision there, Colderman, and it's on the ground, and Julia Colderman able to come away with it for the Spartans, and now in close, and the ball rolls towards the corner. UT there to contain control. And it's shot, they score!
That's a great play from the Spartans to fire right back and keep it equal early on. And it's a good job to make sure, as you see from the replay, bring it to the outside with a great shot right there and a great goal.
Madison Birch gets the goal to even things up for the Spartans. Cece Colombo with the assist. And so at the 4:33 mark, UT has tied it at 1. And now we'll get the ensuing draw out at midfield. As there's still spectators coming into the stadium, which is great to see on a Sunday morning. A good crowd on hand here to watch these two teams go head to head.
It is particularly hard to fill the stadium here just for a regular season match, but I'd say we're about 25 to 30% full or a little bit more than that with fans, so it's always great to see. And so many Grand Valley State fans have made the trek down to Tampa.
And here comes
awesome.
Hammer for the Lakers. Maggie Hammer can't get away from the defender and takes it towards the corner. And nice pressure being applied there by Lizzie Pierpont for the Spartans as the pass goes over to the far side. Looking for some room, Molly Bursinger. And her pass connected temporarily with Sydney Stone, and it's on the ground. And a whistle stops play. And so Sydney Stone with another opportunity here. One-on-one against Alex Walling. Stone takes another bounce shot, misses the net, and UT was able to come up with it. A little collision there, and the official right on the spot to signal possession stays with the Spartans as they bring it up.
And Tampa finally able to get a call to go their way. But that bit of discipline and things that Tampa have been committing violations, it's something we saw a few days ago in the exhibition where a lot of chances were given to Scotland based off those fouls. So during one of the halftime or in middle of the quarter team talks, I'm definitely sure that Kelly Gallagher is going to say, listen, we have to stop committing these fouls that give up free chances. But Tampa trying to now take a chance from open play right here.
CeCe Colombo up top to Colderman. Colderman puts her shoulder down, takes a shot, and a stop made there by Audrey Maloney, the goaltender. And UT still in possession here with plenty of time on the shot clock as they bring it up top now, and a little flip pass for Colderman. Nice pass inside, shot, scores! Great passing there, and Madison Birch gets the goal. And UT goes up 2-1.
The teamwork makes the dream work. The 1-2 shot and score, and the Spartans were able to fire right back. And that's the type of thing you need some good chemistry with. You need to be able to make those plays with each other, the chemistry to know how to get your teammates in motion, find them there to open up those looks.
Yeah, knowing where your teammate's going to be, and they just had a tremendous display of passing there, resulting in that goal.
With that, Tampa takes the early lead, but still with just a little bit under 7 minutes played, a little bit over 8 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time for either team to try to take a larger lead or to fight back.
And that's Maddie Champagne out there on this draw for the Lakers. And for the Spartans, looks like Sarah Hinkle again. It was, and the ball is out. And possession awarded to the Lakers. And Maggie Hammer brings it up, sends a pass over for Esposito. It's on the ground, and Lakers able to come away with the loose ball as they bring it up towards the Spartans line. 3 UT players all over Champaign as play carries on.
And great effort from Champaign to be able to hold on to it with 3 UT defenders, as you mentioned, Bruce, putting a lot of pressure and even a little bit of contact in the play, which did draw the whistle. Grand Valley State still working it around here.
And looking for a shot in close, nothing there for Bursinger. Ball's on the ground and picked up by Grand Valley State. As this is Maggie Hammer with it up top. Had a step on Gallinson, comes in, takes a shot, and it goes wide and out of play. Possession stays with the Lakers with 35 to go on the shot clock. 7:35 in the first quarter. Spinning, shoots, scores! A great play there by Maddie Champagne. And the game is tied at 2 with 7:29 to go in the first.
That's really great effort there to be able to get the shot off. As you had mentioned, Bruce, spinning and falling while the shot goes to be able to get it in. Relatively close range, but still to be able to get that shot off despite the pressure from Tampa and despite losing balance. That takes a lot of skill. And Grand Valley State have now equalized again 2-2, 7:29 left in the first quarter.
And I find that there's a lot of loose balls that Grand Valley is beating UT to early on here in this game, and that's something that the Spartans are going to have to improve greatly. Those 50-50 balls, as they call them, and a loose ball recovery turns into a scoring opportunity once you get possession. And so far the Lakers seem to be controlling that aspect of the game as we're waiting for the draw here at midfield following the second Grand Valley State goal. Molly Bursinger out there to take the draw for Grand Valley State.
Bruce, when it comes to those loose balls, we can take a look back at the exhibition earlier this week where Tampa faced Scotland, and that could just be a potential cause that there weren't as many loose balls from Scotland's end that Tampa might not have been ready for, where they're kind of expecting almost the same from Grand Valley State, but there are a few errors from Grand Valley State that Tampa just haven't been able to catch as early as they might have had they just come off the Huntsville game.
We saw two of the officials over near the scores table talking with coaches from both teams, and the Lakers are going to be awarded possession here. There will be no draw, and so let's see if they can build some momentum from having just tied the game with another possession now as they take it down into the Spartans' end of the field. That's Olivia Esposito in behind Walling. Her pass over for Conroy. Conroy, a nice spin move and breaks free. Shot coming, and that one goes out of, well, it's kept in. A nice heads-up play there by Kate DeYoung. And now Hammer looking for something, sends it into the corner. Champagne sends it back up top to her. Maggie Hammer gets a pass right back. Down in the corner, nothing there for Kate DeYoung, so she takes it in behind the net, sends a quick pass over. And now right back up top, here's Hammer again. Quick passing by the Lakers, and a good save there by Alex Walling as UT will try to head back the other way. Good start here for the Lakers on the road.
And that's always important as well if you're the road team to try to be able to get in and get some success early on. And even though they weren't able to take the lead on that possession, they were able to find multiple really good opportunities. But Tampa trying to find one of their own and score to take the lead.
Julia Kolderman with the terrific single-handed effort there. And Kolderman did all the work and gets the payoff. After all that momentum at the other end of the field for the Lakers, it's just that quickly that the Spartans come down and take the 3-2 lead with 6:15 remaining.
And that's why it's important for Grand Valley State to make more of those opportunities, because Tampa can be lethal when they bring it up and score really quickly. We've seen them capitalize on fast breaks quite often, and they had quite a few good goals against Scotland and even Alabama Huntsville, where they were able to bring it up and within 10 seconds, the ball was in the back of the net. So with that Kolderman effort, they now take a 3-2 lead with 6:15 remaining.
And now we're set with Champagne and Hinkle out to take this draw. And there was a call made, by the way, against Cece Colombo. 46 seconds left in it. And we didn't get any kind of call up here about the penalty that was called, but there's 46 seconds left on the call against Colombo.
So Grand Valley State will want to take advantage still on that penalty. Tampa wanting to kill it, although they already did score on it, so.
And the Lakers at work here. This is Maggie Hammer. Pass sent over by Bursinger. And down into the corner, in behind the UT net. And Champagne back out in front. Nice save there by Alex Walling as Champagne hit the turf again. And UT starts back the other way. A pass quickly up ahead to Danny Waters. Waters on the run, being chased, and sends a pass over for Colderman. She sends it down into the corner. Spartans take it in behind the Lakers net. It's on the ground, and there's another loose ball, but hold on. A whistle stopping play.
And Tampa was able to bring it up for their attack. The penalty had expired. Tampa was able to do a great job of killing it off. But I'd say the play, even apart from that great goal, was that one-on-one save by Walling to be able to stop the shot from point blank. That takes a lot of effort, a lot of skill, great reactions, almost every trick in a goalie's book to make it happen. And Tampa now has a chance to go up by 2 here if they can find something.
Pass into the corner. And knocked loose, and a great defensive play there by the Lakers, but no. The officials blow that one dead. As Holliston Wagner puts it back into play for UT. Now pass right out in front, and that shot goes out of play. Possession remains with the Spartans. 29 seconds on the shot clock. 4:14 to go in this first quarter. And a close game here between the Spartans and the Grand Valley State Lakers. As you see the visitors coming back the other way up the field, Allison Elkiri, and it rolls out of bounds, and the official right there on the spot to call it in favor of the Lakers. So they resume as Stephanie Conroy crosses the UT line. Conroy being chased there by Emma McLaughlin. And looking for a lane, nothing there for Conroy, so she passes into the corner. And now sent all the way back up top to Hammer. Maggie Hammer tries to turn the corner. Has to send a pass over, and another whistle stopping play. As the official sorts things out and directs traffic, Maddie Champagne is going to get a free position attempt here. And she already has a goal. And one-on-one now against Alex Walling. And gets a bounce shot away and scores. And Maddie Champagne has tied this game up at 3-3 with 3:18 to go in the first quarter.
And after seeing all the chances Tampa have gotten so far and all the chances Grand Valley State have gotten so far, as we take a look at that replay real quick, it was a good job just to be able to avoid the defenders, take the few extra steps, and then fire the free position goal into the net past Walling, who did make a great effort. I can tell you exactly what Tampa's halftime talk is going to be. Discipline, discipline, discipline. We can't afford to make costly fouls like this, because that's the second time already that a free position has directly led to a Grand Valley State goal.
And now Sarah Hinkle and Maddie Champagne. Draw controls are 6-0 in favor of Grand Valley State to this point. And that has to change as well. As you see them with another possession here, the Lakers controlling that draw and trying to continue to build off of the momentum of the Champagne goal. They quickly look for something as Sydney Stone tried the middle and had to send it back up top. And another whistle stopping play here.
Because Tampa have lost so many of those draws, now 7-0 in the favor of Grand Valley State, it's really given more opportunities for Grand Valley State to try and score. And for Tampa, they've been on the back foot. Now, credit to them, they've been able to keep it level so far, but that's just not a sustainable way of playing. So later on, if that continues, I imagine that the scoreline will start to look a lot worse for the Spartans. But the Spartans will catch a little break here, as they will now get possession, and there will be a yellow card for Grand Valley State.
A green card has been issued to Grand Valley State.
And one of the officials going over to the sideline as Maddie Champagne sits down in the penalty area for Grand Valley State. And two of the officials on the far side of the field looks like talking to Mackenzie Lawler, the head coach of the Lakers. And getting set for play to resume with 2:49 left here in the first quarter. And a nice break here for UT as the field really seemed to start to be tilted in the Lakers' favor. Everything towards the UT net. And the Spartans fortunate to actually be in a 3-3 draw, as this game has felt like it has been all Grand Valley State so far.
That's been a testament to Tampa's strong defense and the great goalkeeping work by Walling so far, being able to come up with a few clutch saves. And now Tampa has a chance to try to get back into the league with the advantage after Grand Valley State just did get a green card, which in response, as a yellow card will send a player off for 2 minutes, it's only 1 minute for a green card. So a little bit less severe of a penalty, but nonetheless, that's still plenty of time for Tampa to get a chance. Instead, they decide to throw the ball away. Unfortunate for Tampa, very fortunate for the Lakers, as they will now try to bring possession back up, and they'll have another shot and another chance to take the lead.
That's Sophie Conroy. Pass for Haley Crittenden. Crittenden sends a pass back over and may well get it back as Bersinger weighs her options. The Tampa defense finally coming out to test her, and Bersinger trying to hold on as long as she can as the time counts down on the call against Champaign. And now a pass over for Olivia Esposito. Esposito takes it to the near sideline. Nice spin move there, being watched by Danny Waters defensively. And now Conroy runs it behind the net, and that's going to be turned over. And Grand Valley State has returned to full strength as Champaign is back on the field. And UT, they'll just play it back to the goaltender, Walling, and she sends it over here to the near side. Aaron Sistek brings it up for the Spartans. A pass up ahead for Kolderman. Julia Kolderman on the run. A pass up ahead and in behind the Lakers net. Spartans with some quick ball movement here and looking for an opening right in the slot. Pass sent over instead to Kolderman. Pass down low, bounce shot, and it might have hit the goalpost as the rebound bounced out, and one player from each team goes down. And the official right there on the spot to call a push against the Lakers. And so an opportunity coming up here for UT.
So both teams being a little bit aggressive, conceding these types of free positions that usually lead to great chances or goals, as the Spartans are able to capitalize on it and score right here.
Comes with 53 seconds remaining.
Goal scored by Tampa, number 6, CC Colombo.
CC Colombo gets the goal.
And that was just really well taken off the whistle, taking it low and away from the goalie, not able to be saved there. And contrary to popular belief when it comes to being a goalie in a lot of sports, and lacrosse is a little bit similar to soccer, I'd say, in this aspect, it's harder in a way to try to save low shots because it forces you to react in a lower direction rather than instinctively in an upper direction to try to make the save.
CC Colombo picks up her second point of the game. She already had an assist. And so the Spartans, who only have 6 shots on goal, 4 of them have found the back of the net. They have 8 total shots in the game. And that was Lizzie Pierpont on the draw, although the Lakers control it once again. 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. And they will try to get a late goal to tie it up before the quarter break. And this is Molly Bersinger with it. Bumped now is Haley Crittenden. Crittenden switches hands. Her pass over for Sydney Stone. Stone. Nothing open there. Nice defensive switch by the Spartans. Ball's on the ground, picked up by the Lakers. And nice fake move. Shot, score! And a great goal by Sophie Conroy as the Lakers tie it with just 13 seconds left in the first quarter.
That was a great play there for the Lakers. We could see off the replay, she's able to pick it out to the bottom right of the goal and then fakes out two Tampa defenders to give herself enough open space to fire that shot past Walling, who unfortunately in that one-on-one situation isn't able to react enough in time. It's so hard to react in a situation like that. So a really great play there, and it allows Grand Valley State to potentially keep this game tied entering the quarter break.
Lizzie Pierpont out there again on the draw.
Tampa's still looking to win their first draw control of the game. Grand Valley State have been able to set the tone by winning it so far.
Maddie Champagne for the Lakers, and Pierpont looked as though she was going to pull that down. They do award possession to the Spartans. Clock is going to wind down, however, unless they could get a quick long shot away. And that one goes out of play, but the horn goes to end the first quarter. So we are tied 4-4, and we'll be back with the second quarter here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Yeah, this is like live stats.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
Back here at the Nemoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, I'm Bruce Wozniak with Taylor Stolworthy, and we are getting ready to start the second quarter of play. The team's tied 4-4, and what has been an interesting morning of lacrosse. The score not indicative of really how much Grand Valley State controlled that first quarter of play, as the teams, of course, have switched sides now, and so UT now going left to right for the second quarter. And it's worth mentioning again, as Taylor mentioned earlier, a great contingent of fans for the Grand Valley State Lakers on hand here in the Nemoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex as we're getting ready for the draw here to start the second quarter, and play is underway. And let's see if changing sides makes a difference for the Spartans. It looked like they were going to control that draw, and not the case.
So that'll be the draw control number 9 for Grand Valley State compared to Tampa's solitary 1 so far. But so far, Grand Valley State haven't been able to make the most of every single chance they've gotten from winning those draws. That's a reason the game is still tied, and a reason that they'll be hungry to try to take the lead to start out the second quarter.
That's Maddie Champagne on the far side of the field.
And we've seen a lot from Champagne. She's been a pretty key part for Grand Valley State's offense.
And the Lakers working on the far side. Hammer looking for an opportunity that goes behind the net. And now looking for an opportunity, an opening rather. Sydney Stone sends a pass over. Two Spartan defenders there. Has to give the pass up to Hammer. Down low, shot, scores! And the Lakers take the lead 1 minute, 21 seconds into the second quarter.
And that's just great reactions there from Grand Valley State and great motion to be able to find the open space inside and makes a beautiful pass right here. We take a look from the replay. We see they've got it from the outside and just great motion to get wide open right in front of the net. To get a wide open shot and a shot that's able to be fired right past Walling. And Grand Valley State will be able to score a little bit over 1 minute played in the second quarter.
Champagne going out there now for Grand Valley State for this draw. And possession to the Lakers again, although it's loose, and now they pick it up on the far side of the field. And a battle for a loose ball in the far corner, and the Spartans able to come away with it as Alex Walling plays it over to the far side.
Because Tampa have needed to win defensive possession back, they haven't been able to really do so much on offense. But when they have had offensive chances like they're looking for right here, they've generally been pretty strong and been able to get a lot of the shots on target to go into the back of the net.
That's Lizzie Pierpont with it. As the Spartans get set up, pass over for Colderman. And now no opportunity to turn the corner. Colderman ducks under a check, takes a long shot, didn't get through. And the Lakers will get it back once again.
And that's just a great save there for the Lakers. Able to come away with the ball and possession. And Audrey Maloney, of course.
As they play it back. And Leah Johnson sends a pass over. Hammer has to send it behind her. And now Johnson again. She'll try this side of the field as Carly Roth takes over. Pass up ahead, an opening for Sydney Stone. And a call made there against O'Neill Gallinson. And we're going to have a personnel change here as Colderman goes off for UT. And a couple substitutions being made, actually. Some different personnel from head coach Kelly Gallagher.
Yellow card issued to number 6, CC Colombo.
And a call now against the Spartans, CC Colombo. So that's not what they needed, trailing 5-4, and seeing Grand Valley State really bringing an A effort here so far this morning, as Sydney Stone is waiting for the official's whistle for the restart. And now she's set to go. She breaks in, takes a shot, and scores. Sydney Stone gives Grand Valley State a 6-4 lead with 11:56 to go here in the second quarter. So the CC Colombo penalty comes back to haunt the Spartans as the Lakers score right away.
33, Sydney Stone.
And we see on the replay, that's just simply a very well taken shot there off the free position. Capitalize on the penalties that your opponent makes. That's been a motto for Grand Valley State today. And it's actually weird to see that Grand Valley State has to really find a lot of their goals off these penalties because they've been so dominant with possession and winning the draws. That being said, however you can find a goal, it's always a good goal. And now they lead by 2, the first time either team has gotten ahead by more than a single goal.
And so we'll have the ensuing draw now as Maddie Champagne is back out there for the Lakers. The draw controls are 10-1 in favor of the Lakers at this point. I believe that's Lizzie Pierpont for UT. As you see, another one controlled by the visitors. And here comes Olivia Esposito on the run. Esposito sets herself up on the far side. The pass back for Stone. Sydney Stone looks to her left, back to her right again, and weighing her options as she starts to move herself and then sends a pass over. And trying to turn the corner, Conroy, a little flip pass, and two defenders collapse on Esposito. A pass back to Conroy, up to Esposito once again. Esposito, her pass over for Stone, and she'll send it right back up top. Esposito will try her luck on the other side. A pass into the corner connects. Conroy trying to go one-on-one and calling for it and getting it. There's a shot. Score! Esposito, a nice passing play there. And Grand Valley State goes up 7-4.
That's just a very well-worked play, well taken, and now it gives Grand Valley State a larger lead as they start to pull ahead and take control here in the second quarter. And I can give you essentially the part two of the team talk entering halftime that I'm sure that Kelly Gallagher will be telling her team. That first 5 minutes is going to be spent with her saying, don't foul, don't foul, don't foul. That second half is going to be win the draw, win the draw, win the draw. Because again, Tampa wasn't even able to get possession that time as Grand Valley State won the draw and was able to work it and score as a timeout will now be taken.
And with that, we will take a timeout as well. You're watching TampaSpartans.tv.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, where the visiting Grand Valley State Lakers from way up in Michigan are playing the role of spoilers so far, as they have a 7-4 lead on this sunny 73-degree Sunday afternoon. And the Spartans have their work cut out for them. 5 different Lakers players have combined for the 7 goals. And we're getting set for the draw here at midfield, as it's Maddie Champagne out there once again for Grand Valley State. And she not only has done the lion's share of the work with draws, but has 2 of the 7 Laker goals. And the ball is out, and possession awarded to the Lakers. And Lizzie Pierpont, who had taken the draw for UT, goes to the sidelines and switches sticks. As here's the Spartans in control. And a shot coming, hit the goalpost. And a good effort there by Gracie Colombo. And from a tough angle, managed to catch the goalpost, although it was Audrey Maloney, the goaltender's best friend, as it bounced out, but we see a free position attempt coming up here. And shot taken goes out of play behind the Lakers net, and possession stays with the Spartans. That's Olivia Mott putting it back in play. Emma McLaughlin on the run, and two defenders collapse on her. They push it over to the far side, and on the ground, picked back up. Spartans with 45 seconds on the shot clock, and pressure being applied back there defensively by Allison Alkiri. And Emma McLaughlin missed the pass. She runs it down in plenty of time, though, and regroups with a pass over. This is Danny Waters, and another whistle stopping play.
And Bruce, you had mentioned that Grand Valley State was playing spoiler to the fans. I actually think it might be the opposite here, because the Grand Valley State fans have almost been as loud, if not louder, than Tampa's fans here. So we urge all the viewers on Tampa Spartans TV, we love the fact that you're joining us, as Grand Valley State will make a save off the chance from Tampa, to come down to Namoli Family Complex for any of the games here for lacrosse, or for baseball, or for softball, or any other UT sport. And if you can't make it, always continue to tune in with Tampa Spartans TV on the Sunshine State Conference Network. This one being, I think, an out-of-conference game, however. And Tampa will now regain possession and bring it back up.
Spartans trying to gain midfield as it's played back. And now they bring it up into the Lakers' end of the field. And Olivia Mott on the run. Sends a pass down into the corner. Christina Romano behind the Grand Valley State net. Working in the corner, pass, and no shot available, so it's sent back up top. Erin McLaughlin. And it's in the corner now. Madison Birch on the move, a little flip pass. And they send it back over to the far side of the field. Shot taken. Maloney handles that one easily. And the Lakers have to be feeling good. Up 7-4. And in possession yet again as they break out of their own end.
The door was slammed shut by Maloney on that play, getting her 5th save of the game. And now Grand Valley State are back up, looking to turn their lead. But the play will resume here. Looks like just an unfortunate whistle. Play finally stops.
And it almost looks like one of the teams must be calling a timeout. So we will step away as well. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on TampaSpartans.tv. Back live here as the teams come out of the timeout. 7:59 to go in the second quarter. If you just joined us, it was 4-4 at the end of the first quarter. And so all the scoring here in the second has come from the Lakers.
And I think we were discussing in the first quarter how with winning so many draws and being able to dictate the pace of play, it would be expected that Grand Valley State would hold a lead like this. And now in the second quarter, they were able to go out, and now with a chance right here off a potential play, they can really take control of the game.
Sophie Conroy comes out in front, gets a shot away, and a nice save there by Walling. And she holds on to it. And now Walling with an outlet as the Spartans work it back up the field. A pass up ahead connects with Gallinson. Gallinson, her pass over. And Emma McLaughlin pushed from behind. And the official right there to call that one. And so Emma McLaughlin, the junior from Bohemia, New York, she will get a free position attempt here against Audrey Maloney. And here she goes, takes a shot, scores! Top corner, and a well-placed shot by Emma McLaughlin as the Spartans draw within 2 with 7:29 to go.
And Tampa are finally able to get past Maloney here. We see the shot, and we see it just very well taken there. Good chance off the free position to be able to fire it past with the top corner. And Tampa now draw the deficit to 2.
Sarah Hinkle comes out for UT to take this draw against Maddie Champagne. Draw controls at this point are 11-2 in favor of the Lakers. And it starts exactly there if the Spartans are going to continue to chip away at this deficit. And the ball's out. And the official awards possession to the Spartans. And so let's see what they do with it. As there's a missed pass, loose ball. And Emma McLaughlin, who just scored, unable to come away with it. And the Lakers start back the other way. Haley Crittenden being chased. Crosses the Tampa line. Crittenden still on the run. And finally puts on the brakes and waits for her teammates to catch up. Although there's an errant pass that misses. And so a nice break for the Spartans as they'll get a chance to go back the other way.
And that's a nice break indeed, because the Spartans were able to win the draw and then immediately lost possession. And that allowed Grand Valley State to get a potential opportunity. But Grand Valley State also wasn't able to hold on to it after the errant pass. So Tampa, once again, will have a chance to try to set up a possession. It'll be down to the Lakers to try to defend and hold on to the 2-goal lead.
There's Emma McLaughlin with a pass over to Olivia Mott. And now into the corner. The Spartans take it in behind the Lakers net. Pass over on the far side for Colderman. Colderman backs her way in, sends a pass into the corner, now in behind the Lakers net. And no black shirts in front of the net right now. No one in a high percentage scoring area as the ball's loose and then picked right back up. Over on the far side up top here is Colderman. Pass inside, and 2 defenders take down the Spartans player as the Lakers try to start back the other way. As going down to the field was Ashley Roth. And now play carries on as Hammer sends a pass onto the far side of the field. The Lakers into the UT end of the field is Haley Crittenden in the far corner. And being chased there, she gives up a pass for Hammer. Now this is Sydney Stone. Stone switches hands, trots to her left, and now back to her right hand. Up top, this is Maggie Hammer. A little juke step and a bunch of black shirts there, so she has to give up a pass. And now a pass into the corner, and Sophie Conroy thinks twice. Tries to get around the defender, and some help comes over. Up top now, Maggie Hammer. Hammer on the run. Good defense by the Spartans on this Lakers possession so far. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Champaign. And now we get a whistle stopping play. Good defense, though, by UT on this Lakers possession.
The Spartans are doing a great job of trying to limit any high percentage looks, but that might not help here after that violation was called and gives a free position here for the Lakers. It's going to be down to Walling.
It's Maddie Champagne who has 2 goals in this game and scores just as the official was about to make a call against UT again. And so Maddie Champagne gets her 3rd goal of the game, and the 3-goal lead is restored for Grand Valley State.
So great job to complete the hat trick there, the Maddie Champagne. And it's just a shame as well to see that Tampa was able to make good plays right there. And unfortunately, the defense did just commit that violation that opened up the free position opportunity, and it gave Grand Valley State the chance to now go back up by 3, leading 8-5. But so far, Tampa's defense has been strong. They've got a couple violations, and a few of the goals did come from those, but they've been able to take going down on a majority of the starts of every single draw and defended well enough to be able to then come back and be able to ultimately get 5 goals and keep this game relatively close. When statistically, it's definitely been a lot more in Grand Valley State's favor, a testament to the strength of the visiting team.
There have actually been 7 fouls called against each team thus far. As you see the Spartans in possession here, and they bring it up to the Lakers line and over. Pushed into the near corner. Mott sends a pass over, and quickly they try the other side of the field. Emma McLaughlin, nice burst of speed, puts on the brakes. Colderman with it. Colderman tried to hit an open teammate, and the pass rolls to the far side, and they're just in time. No, they're going to say that Gracie Colombo did not get to it, and so it's turned over. And Grand Valley State with 3:42 to go in the second quarter. Started out with their goaltender, Audrey Maloney.
I will say, for me, the lines are a little bit confusing in a way, because I think if we're looking at the red line, which is where we judge the field, I think that might have been just in, but Tampa still able to respond really well and win possession right back.
As you see the turnover, and here comes Mott for UT. Olivia Mott is going to run it down to the corner and sends a pass back there for Gracie Colombo as UT pushes it out to the far side of the field. And that's Cece Colombo. Spartans down by 3. And this is Emma McLaughlin, who has one of their goals. And ducking under a high stick, Colderman. .43 seconds on the shot clock. The Spartans trying to get their offense set up here. And here's a pass over for Colderman. Pass in the middle, shot coming, and handled very easily by Audrey Maloney. And the Lakers will start back the other way.
Great save from Maloney, but also great defense from the Lakers to not let Tampa get any of the high percentage close looks that they want to try to reduce this deficit. And now, as possession slows down, the Lakers will once again try to break the Spartan lines.
Sophie Conroy sends it up top to Olivia Esposito. Far side of the field now. That's Bersinger. And sends it into the corner. And now a pass over for Conroy. Conroy being watched very loosely back there. She starts her move now, and O'Neill Gallinson collapses on her. Shot scores! Conroy beats Alex Walling, and the score is now 9-5.
And that's a great solo effort on that goal there for Grand Valley State. And they are once again back with a 4-goal lead. Oh, that's good. And in great control here as we are winding down in the first half. And so the Lakers, who've been playing on the road, almost with a full home crowd, are able to enjoy a great second half here after a very tight battle in the first half. And for Tampa, the luck that had gone their way on defending the draws and being able to recover on second possessions hasn't done the same this time around.
And if you just joined us, you'd find it hard to believe that the Spartans did actually lead at one point in this game, but it seems like ever since they've been playing from behind as Grand Valley State has kept their foot on the gas.
Tampa, however, has come back a little bit in the draw control category, only down 11-4 now. We'll see if that turns to 12-4 or 11-5. Conversely, it is 12-4. The Lakers once again have a chance to try to fire right back after scoring that goal with 90 seconds left in the first half of action.
That's Kate DeYoung with a pass to Bersinger. Bersinger ducks under a check. Now puts on the brakes, sends a pass down behind the UT net. Conroy with it. Conroy starts her move. Pass that connects and a spin move there and a shot coming, and they score!
The
Molly
Lakers,
Bersinger.
a great goal there from Bersinger, and the Lakers just on fire late in the second quarter.
Grand Valley goal scored by number 15, Molly Bersinger.
And the Lakers just having their way with the Spartans here. And it's going to be a lot of work that UT's going to need to do at halftime to turn this around, as there's only 68 seconds left here in the first half. And an uphill battle for UT as we see the two participants getting ready for the draw. It's Maddie Champagne and Sarah Hinkle, and the Lakers control another one and come down looking for more. It's DeYoung with it. Kate DeYoung takes it in behind the Spartans net, a little flip pass. Sophie Conroy and her pass over. As Bersinger holds it, they stop play. And let's see what the call is here, as one of the officials is making his way over towards the Lakers sideline. Quick word either to their head coach or to the scorers table. And now play resumes as it's sent into the far corner. Conroy, her pass to Bersinger. Bersinger for Esposito. And Stone on the move. Sydney Stone. Pass up top, they'll try the other side. Bersinger sends it in behind the UT net. Stone calling for it over here. They don't see her. And working awfully hard down there is Sophie Conroy. And a rebound, and it goes out of play behind the net. 13 seconds left in the half. The Lakers are going to have to get a shot off quickly here. 8 seconds. And shot coming. Yes. And the clock stops with 3 seconds left.
That'll give the Lakers enough time for this free position off the foul. It was a good play that was almost about to lead to a goal. Tampa technically having to take almost a tactical foul there to make sure that shot wouldn't be able to go on target. But now it could give the Lakers a 6-goal lead.
Bersinger does score her second goal of the game. And with 1 second left in the first half, the Lakers lead balloons to 11-5.
And that goal there was able to beat the buzzer by 1,000 milliseconds right off the draw, takes it inside and fires it past Walling. And that's once again another goal for Bersinger, who was able to get her second of the game, having scored the last 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, Grand Valley State has 4 players that have 2 or more goals, what with Maddie Champagne leading the way with 3. So a very tough first half here for the Spartans, as the jubilant Lakers fans celebrating in the stands down below us, as the draw here at midfield will just be a formality as the ball's out and the horn goes to end the first half with the Grand Valley State Lakers in the lead by 11-5. We have reached halftime, and we will be back with the call of the second half here on TampaSpartans.tv. Back live at the Namoli Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, and getting ready to start the second half here between visiting Grand Valley State and the Tampa Spartans. An 11-5 halftime score. It was 4-4 at the end of one, and the Lakers outscoring the Spartans 7-1 in that second quarter. Draw controls are 13-4 in favor of the Lakers. Shots on goal 15-11 in favor of Grand Valley State. It adds up to 6 saves for Audrey Maloney, the Lakers goaltender, and 4 saves for the Spartans goaltender, Alex Walling. As you see, teams getting set for the draw here. Maddie Champagne leading the way with 3 goals for the Lakers. And the Spartans have a 2-goal game from Madison Birch. As you see, the Spartans bringing it down. Emma McLaughlin with a pass into the corner. Olivia Mott takes it in behind the Lakers net. And some strong defense being played there by the Lakers as a whistle stops play. And the Spartans, ball on the ground, and they, was going to say do come out of the pack with it, but it's kicked at, and a lucky bounce there for the Lakers as they bring it across the Tampa line. It's Ashley Roth on the far side of the field, and she sends a pass over. Alkiri. And now she sends it to Esposito. Pass attempted, and Esposito, this is Bersinger now, into the corner. And pass right out in front, scores! Olivia Esposito, another terrific passing display by the Lakers. And it's 12-5. That goal coming 1 minute, 20 seconds into the third quarter.
Grand Valley State once again starting off well. We're going to take a look at the replay here. And after a great second quarter, they wanted to start the third off the same way, and they did with a well-worked play, well-placed pass inside. And a great shot that was able to beat Walling. And the Lakers are now up by 7.
And Lizzie Pierpont goes out there for the Spartans to take this draw against Maddie Champagne. And Esposito joins the list of Lakers players that have 2 or more goals. They now have 5 players in this game that have 2 or more goals. Conroy has 2 goals and an assist. Champagne has 3 goals. As you see, Grand Valley State coming down once again. A pass in the middle. Esposito sends it over to the far side for Hammer. Maggie Hammer, return pass up top to Esposito, now on this side of the field, and back to Esposito again, and a quick pass as they move it in behind the Spartans net. That's Conroy back there. Pass over to the far side for Hammer, and in front, and it's loose, and the Spartans have changed goaltenders, and it's now Kylie Warnken in between the pipes for the home team.
And Warnken was thrown into the fire in the exhibition match earlier in the week against Scotland and put on a pretty good showing, being able to have a pretty decent save percentage in what is a really tough match for any goalie making a debut for the Spartans. And we'll see if Warnken can help limit the Lakers' attack right here. And an interesting thing about the number of scores. 4. Oh! And just out of nowhere, the ball finds its way into the back of the net. And Lakers now leading by 8.
So 2 minutes, 43 seconds into the third quarter. The Lakers continue to pour it on.
Goal by Grand Valley.
And you certainly expect there to be some changes made at halftime. And Taylor, as you mentioned, it looks like we picked up exactly where the Lakers left off at the end of the second quarter.
At this point, Tampa needs to make something happen quick, or else we could be seeing a not very climactic second quarter. It's going to be down to the Spartans, see what they can do and how they can recover.
The tall order for the Spartans is they need to start upping their game at both ends of the field, because as much as they need to start scoring to get back into this game, they also need to limit the Lakers if they're going to chip away at this lead at all. And you see possession awarded there to the Spartans. And so they'll start their way up towards the Lakers line, across the line. And a pass over by Madison Birch as it's sent down in behind the Lakers net. It's Romano back there, her pass over. And taken back in behind the net again. And a pass out in front doesn't connect. Taken away by the Lakers as Carly Roth tries to spin her way out of traffic. And has to relay it back as it's sent all the way across the field to Alkiri. Across midfield. Alkiri met by 3 Spartans defenders, and the official right there to blow the whistle on that one. $11:19 to go here in the third quarter.
Tampa gets a yellow card here, so once again, just adding fuel to the fire of pain for the Spartans, as now they have to deal with a penalty kill while down 8.
Yeah, the call goes against Olivia Mott, and Alkiri puts it in as the Lakers go right back to work, already leading by 8. And they've put on quite a passing clinic in this game, in addition to the number of goals that have filled the back of the net. As there's a pass that's missed, it's on the ground, and able to pick it up. It's Hallie Nedoin. And in behind the net now, Kate DeYoung. Quick pass out. And nothing there, so they send it back up top. Hammer sends a pass over. Back out in front, they score. Sydney Stone gets her 3rd goal of the game. And Grand Valley State up 14-5.
And congratulations there to Sydney Stone. A great shot to complete her hat trick. And you have to feel for Warnkin. That was just another point-blank shot that you can't do much about. It was a well-worked play to get it behind the goal. And a pass is just wide open. It's just an error for the Spartan defenders, not able to intercept the pass or even contest the shot. And things continue to get worse. It's now 3 goals in the third quarter for the Lakers.
And the Spartans have switched back to Alex Walling as she returns to the net after that brief appearance by Kylie Warnkin, playing the first 4 minutes, 33 seconds.
Warnkin actually came in, I think, a little bit later in the quarter, potentially. But either way as well, that definitely was a move just to give Walling a rest. Just so that, to make sure the nerves are in check and to make sure that her composure is doing well.
And now the Lakers bring it down into the corner. And they run it in behind the net. Crittenden, her pass over. And up top with it is Bursinger. Sends a pass over. And now all the way back across to the other side of the field. Nice job to pull that one down by Conroy. Hammer sends a pass up top now, right in the middle. The pass doesn't connect. And it's loose. few of them battle for it, and the Lakers come out of the pack with it. Conroy pass right in the middle, and Stone sends it up top. Bersinger's pass connects with Crittenden, and now it's bobbled in behind the net by DeYoung. In front, and a whistle stops play with 9:09 to go here in the second quarter. And another one that goes against the Spartans. So a free position attempt coming up here for Haley Crittenden.
We'll see what Walling can do after having taken that breather to help with the nerves and composure. The shot is going to be saved. So a great start again here for Walling. She's back in the game, but great pressure from Grand Valley State. The Lakers not letting the Spartans try to bring it up as quickly this time.
And here comes UT out of their own end. And pushed up ahead, mishandled, and the Lakers take over again. Sydney Stone. And the bounces are just not going the Spartans' way.
It seems that every loose ball has found its way into a Lakers stick, and that's just great positioning and great hustle from the Lakers to be able to find those possessions. It's one of the reasons they've been winning, alongside the draw count, alongside the shot count, alongside everything just going the way for the visitors, which is unfortunate for any Spartans fans in attendance and for the Spartans players on the field. As there's another great move inside, the shot will be saved. What a good save there from Walling, her 5th of the night. Make that number 6.
And now the Spartans try to cross midfield, and another errant pass, and it rolls towards the far sideline. And UT seemed to come away with it, but players from both teams battle for it now, and it's finally controlled by the Lakers. And back they come once again. Sydney Stone on the run. And a call against the Spartans as possession remains with Grand Valley State. Stone puts it back in play. And she gets a pass right back from Bersinger and goes to the other side of the field to Conroy. Long pass for Bersinger. Sends it over for Hammer. Hammer looking. Sends it down low. And waiting back there was Kate DeYoung. Pass over to the other side. And the pass doesn't connect, but we'll have a whistle stopping play here. Another call against the Spartans. And a free position attempt coming up here for the Lakers. And a chance for a double-digit lead. And there's a shot that is stopped, but another call made there. And so another opportunity here for the Lakers. Spartans continuing to rack up the calls against them. There's a shot, and Walling may have gotten a piece of that one as it goes out of play, and it's going to be turned over. So UT will start out of their own end. And with a good burst of speed, mind you, showing great quickness down the sideline, Aaron McLaughlin. And Mott pushes it up ahead. Now they take it down in behind the Lakers' net. And a shot coming, and the official on the far side of the field already had the flag out. And that stops the clock with 6:36 remaining in the third.
This will give Tampa another chance to try to cut into that deficit. But so far, they've only found one goal within the past 20 minutes of play. So not a great sign for the Spartans. Looking for something right here.
And the shot doesn't even get through. And the Lakers, as a result, will take over as the goaltender Maloney surveys the landscape. Sends it up ahead to Leah Johnson. And now she drops it off for Alkiri. Alkiri running it over towards her own sideline. And heads up towards midfield and over the line. Still in possession and now gives it up for Shea Strell. Sent over for Carly Roth. And her pass connects with Bersinger on the run. Nice pass there. Stone shot. And nice save there by Walling as the Spartans will go back the other way. A long outlet pass is intercepted. And a good heads-up play there defensively by Carly Roth. And the Lakers in possession once more.
Walling wanted to just take it up to the midfield quickly. And the risk of that is if there's a player lurking. And indeed there was. So the Lakers now able to get it right back under 6 minutes to play.
Hammer working it, sends it behind the net. And now the Lakers move it out to the near side. And there's a pass that's intercepted, taken away by the Spartans. And a timeout called on the field. And this comes with 5:16 remaining in the third quarter, and so we will take a timeout as well here on TampaSpartans.tv. Montreal Canadiens.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
Back live here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. And a sunny Sunday afternoon is about the only good news that there's been for the UT fans that are in the stands here this afternoon, as it has been a clinic by the visiting Grand Valley State Lakers to the tune of 14-5 with still 5:16 to go in the third quarter. And coming out of the timeout, let's see what Kelly Gallagher might have done with her University of Tampa Spartans troops and see the way that they respond.
And it's been a tough night so far for the Spartans. They show a lot of grit and a lot of effort, but unfortunately that always isn't enough to win games. But they're still keeping pressure, keeping focus, and trying to do what they can to fight back, as they will now have a chance in the attacking third.
And they take it down in behind the Lakers net. That's Colderman working from the corner. Colderman and can't get a shot away. And two officials with the flag out as play is halted with 4:53 to go here in the third quarter. And an opportunity now for Julia Colderman. She does already have a goal and an assist in this game. And one-on-one against Maloney, and Maloney didn't see where it went as the Spartans control the rebound and keep on working on offense here, although there's a ground ball and picked up by the Lakers. It looked like it was going to be the case. Well, now it's a different Lakers player, as coming out of the pack with it is Ashley Roth. And she puts on the brakes.
And that'll be a yellow card issued here. And for the Spartans, again, this is not what you want to do coming out of a timeout. And for the Lakers, they're just simply going as business as usual, as we're now under 5 minutes to go in the third period. The referees will deliberate on the proceedings.
Yeah, to see the three officials together talking. Nobody has sat down over in the penalty area, and that could be what they're sorting out here as the Lakers are waiting to put the ball back into play. And the three officials still conversing. And we'll wait and see what comes from the conversation there. And now they seem to have something decided. And over talking near the Spartans sideline,
Even if today hasn't necessarily been the day for the Tampa Spartans, it's always the big teams that have to deal with adversity. A loss like this early in the year, it's going to be a loss that Tampa looks back on as they're continuing to play and trying to push for the Sunshine State Conference title, that they need to keep it behind them as a painful lesson to try to succeed and get better and go for postseason glory.
And on the far side of the field, the three officials are all talking to, I was going to say the Tampa coaching staff, but it looks like Grand Valley State is represented in the conversation as well. And still don't have this sorted out yet. We'll take this opportunity to look ahead. Spartans will have a good deal of time off after this game. They will not be back in action until a week from Tuesday. That will be March 1st, a 7 o'clock game here against Regis, coming all the way from Colorado. And very busy actually that week with games every other day, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, March 1st, 3rd, and 5th. Although the game on the 5th is a road game. And now we seem like we might finally be ready to resume play here. 14-5 our score in favor of the Lakers with 4:27 to go here in the third quarter. And the teams were actually tied 4-4 at the end of the first quarter. Ever since then, 10-1, Grand Valley State has outscored UT.
Yeah, taking a look at the scoreline in the first quarter, you'd think that was a completely different game. Grand Valley State was able to come out of that intermission period and just absolutely take charge, take control, and be absolutely lethal on the attack and on defense. They're currently outscoring Tampa 3-0 this period, having 7-1 the last one.
Pass in the middle, and Walling makes the stop on Haley Crittenden there. And Walling with the safe outlet pass as the Spartans start back up on the far sideline. And now they cross midfield, stumbling and losing the ball. And back come the Lakers the other way. An unfortunate series of events there as Grand Valley State goes right back to work with 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Pass up top now. Hammer looking for an opening. Finds a teammate. Goes over to the far side of the field. Kate DeYoung shot in front. Doesn't get through. And they roll it back to Alex Walling. And Walling, the Spartans, will try to make their way up the field again. And see if they can cross midfield this time. They do. Sarah Hinkle pushes it ahead. And now Olivia Mott across the Lakers line. Mott carries it down the far side and is going to take it all the way down to the corner. A pass behind the net. And a shoulder trying to push their way through. And Sarah Hinkle resets up top. Pass over for Erin McLaughlin. And a little switch here as Hinkle tries the slot and three defenders collapse on her. A pass is missed by Erin McLaughlin, and the Lakers, it's rolling to the far side of the field, and the official right there on the spot calls it in favor of UT. And so the Spartans maintain possession with still 36 to go on the shot clock. Colderman in behind the Lakers net. Pass out in front, doesn't connect, and that one rolls all the way back to the line and picked up there by Erin McLaughlin. McLaughlin having trouble finding the handle on this Spartans possession as it's taken down in behind the Lakers net. And there's a pass as they move it quickly. Hinkle on the run and a loose ball. The Spartans seemed to have come away with it, and only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. So while possession does stay with UT, they are going to have to get something away awfully quickly here on the restart, and they're just going to throw it away as the shot clock expires.
So the Spartans not able to break past the Lakers defense here. And so Grand Valley State will be able to bring it up. That possession was able to take it under a minute 30, so there won't be another shot clock. Grand Valley State could hold it for the rest of the period if they wanted, but they're already pretty strong in the attack, so I imagine they'll try to get a chance or two on goal.
Kate DeYoung with it here in the near corner, and now sends it to Hammer. Hammer's pass up top, and she gets it right back. Hammer a long pass all the way across to Sophie Conroy, and now in behind the Spartans net. Up top with it now. This is Hammer. And quick passing, and Stone is denied by Alex Walling in front. And good defense there by UT.
Another great save there by Walling, having an absolutely super strong third quarter. Even though the Tampa offense hasn't done much, Walling has definitely recovered after a slower start. And as it goes rolls back, Grand Valley State will need a buzzer beater if they want to score.
Working their way towards the net, and the Spartans able to thwart that attack as we reach the end of the third quarter. So a big, big uphill battle for UT heading into the fourth as we are through 3 quarters here. The score Grand Valley State 14 and the University of Tampa 5. We'll be right back on TampaSpartans.tv.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back live at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. And we are getting ready to start the fourth quarter of play as the visiting Grand Valley State Lakers have a commanding 14-5 lead over the Tampa Spartans on a 77-degree Sunday afternoon. That is going to be a memorable trip for the fans that have traveled with the Lakers all the way down from Michigan. And not going to be one that the Spartans are going to want to think about, but they're going to have plenty of time, unfortunately, as the schedule sets up. And this is one, Taylor, that you either spend a lot of time breaking down the film to see everything that went wrong, which could make for a long film session, or you say, let's forget this one and get back to playing Spartans lacrosse the way that we know we're capable of and get ready for March 1st.
And I think for the Spartans, the keys and what they need to improve mainly result in trying to take control of the pace of play, as they're able to do here off the draw, but it's going to be a great save by Maloney to prevent that from turning into a goal for the Spartans, because the Spartans have lost the majority of the draws Entering the second quarter, they were down nearly double digits in that category, and that is just not a sustainable way to play as a team. You need to be able to lead those possessions and not have to rely so much on your defense. They are able to rely on Walling, who's had 8 saves so far and a pretty solid showing. But in general, it's just been a poor night for the Spartans, and you need to just take a look and just recover next time.
Sophie Conroy with it. Sends it in behind the Tampa net. Maddie Champagne. Return pass to Conroy. Now way up top. That's Mackie Hammer. Sends it over to the other side of the field. Kate DeYoung. Her pass connects with Bersinger. And the official there right away with the flag out. A call against UT.
Another free position look here for Grand Valley State, and they will simply recycle possession.
And so DeYoung sends a long pass over. Bersinger pulls it down, sends it quickly into the corner. And looking in front, nothing there, sends it all the way across. And now a pass in the middle, and taken down was Haley Crittenden. And the official right there on the spot, tending to that as play stops with 13.5 to go in the fourth quarter. And Crittenden gets a friendly evaluation from her teammate Olivia Esposito. Crittenden does go off the field.
And good to see when a player goes down to make sure they're all up, running, and A-OK, because injuries are the worst thing in sports. You never want to see a player have to exit a game because of anything serious. So it's good to see that she was able to get off there quickly and looks okay, and potentially could return, or even just take a breather, as Grand Valley State do hold a rather large lead. They might be able to give a few of their underclassmen and bench warmers some opportunities in here to try to leave an impact themselves. Similarly, Tampa could also find some rotations here.
Madison Birch takes the shot, and Maloney with another save as the Lakers will start out of their own end and try to balloon this to a double-digit lead as a pass connects up ahead with Bersinger, and she runs uncontested across midfield. Bersinger approaching the Tampa line, is met there, sends a pass up ahead, and that's Esposito. Easy pass over to Hammer. Kate DeYoung on the far side of the field. Hammer once again, and quick passing here by the Lakers. Nobody open in front, however, in a white jersey. And so they continue to work the perimeter, ground ball, and the Lakers come away with that one. There's a pass that misses, chased down by DeYoung. And Kate DeYoung fires a pass all the way to the near side of the field, picked up there by Conroy, and bumped by Holliston Wagner, playing some tight defense for the Spartans, and is put right back into play. And here come the Lakers with 25 on the shot clock. There's a pass over to the far side. DeYoung, a couple defenders collapse on her, and the official is right there to make the call. And so a free position attempt here for Kate DeYoung. She does already have a goal and an assist in this game, and will go one-on-one with goaltender Alex Walling here on the official's whistle. Everyone's at the ready. There's the whistle. She breaks in, takes the shot, and it goes out of play, and possession stays with Grand Valley State. The shot clock becoming a factor, though, as it's down to 9 seconds. Quick passing. They look to get a shot up, and they score! Sophie Conroy, and that is her third goal of the game. And it's now a 10-goal lead, so by rule, we will have a running clock.
And that was a really good goal. We look at the replay right here, picks it up. Not a lot of time on the shot clock. You have to let it rip, and gets it into the top corner. A great play for the Lakers, and what has been, I'd say, nearly a perfect game for them. Lockdown defense since the start of the second quarter, and an absolute electric offense that has finally found the back of the net to start out quarter number 4. And as you mentioned, a running clock here as we're going to get down to 11 minutes to go.
And it's also good awareness of the shot clock and knowing that they need to get a shot off quickly. Granted, with a 9-goal lead, they could have just ran out the shot clock and not gotten a quality shot away. But this has been the way we've seen the Lakers. They've just kept their foot on the gas the whole game, and it results in a 10-goal lead now. As we see another draw coming up here, Maddie Champagne out there for Grand Valley State, and out there for the Spartans, that was Lizzie Pierpont, and she's in control of it and pushes it up ahead. The Spartans bringing it down and taking it all the way in behind the Lakers net, and a pass over now for Emma McLaughlin. Her pass connects up top with Erin McLaughlin. And a little spin move there, and a call coming up here against Grand Valley State. And so this will be Alyssa Romano with a free position attempt as the clock goes inside 10 minutes remaining now. And Romano breaks in, shoots, and a nice stop there as Maloney got a piece of it. And the Lakers control the rebound, but two Spartans players swarmed Bella DeRegis. And now Maloney, the goaltender, will slowly start it up for the Lakers. And a pass up ahead, misses. And right there on the spot is Julia Colderman to take over for the Spartans. Colderman picks it up, sends a pass over, and quickly Erin McLaughlin goes to work and has to finally back off and send a pass into the corner instead. Now in behind the Lakers net. And UT desperately trying to find some offense. They've only scored once in the second. They were blanked in the third. So they've been held off the scoreboard for quite some time now. And here's a shot that doesn't get through. And Maloney picks it up. But a call here that looks like it's going to go against Grand Valley State. And so an opportunity coming up for UT. And let's see if they can finally get one back in behind Audrey Maloney. And here's the whistle, and shot coming, does not get through. Spartans control the rebound, and another player hits the deck for the Spartans. And so another call made here against Grand Valley State, as it looks like it's going to be Alyssa Romano again. And the Spartans just keep getting opportunities, but haven't been able to convert, as Romano, they're going to do this one over. And Alyssa is set to go. And everyone else seems to be as well. And here she goes again. Romano takes a shot, and Maloney with yet another save. And what an afternoon Audrey Maloney has had in goal for the Lakers as they break down the other way.
If Maloney's able to pick up 2 more saves, she'll have as many saves as the Lakers have goals. So unbelievable stuff here from Maloney, because even though there has been a massive offensive advantage for the Lakers, without a lot of those saves, Tampa would be right back in this game. So definitely you have to thank the goalie for doing a lot of work for you too. But the Lakers are able to now keep possession and try to find something here. The shot clock under 60.
Yeah, the shots on goal are 23-18 in favor of Grand Valley State. And Audrey Maloney has 13 saves. 8 saves at the other end of the field for UT goaltender Alex Walling. As you see Alyssa Romano go down for the Spartans defensively, and a call made here with 39 still on the shot clock, and the running clock continues. We're down to 6:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. And this will be Sophie Conroy, who already has 3 goals and an assist in this game. 1-on-1 against Alex Walling, takes a shot, scores!
That 3-goal tally has jumped to 4 with that good shot there that is able to beat Walling to the right. And unfortunately for Walling there, that ruins a little bit of a save streak that she had up until that point, doing a really good job in the fourth quarter. But the Lakers finally able to find it. They've knocked on the door enough times. They've got their candy and now lead by 11.
And what a laser that was that Sophie Conroy fired past Alex Walling. As we'll have another draw here with Maddie Champagne once again.
And you can hear the fans giving some praise to Audrey Maloney, having an excellent game in between the sticks. And you can take a look at all the big scores for Grand Valley State, from Conroy, Champagne, Stone, Esposito, Bersinger. But I'd say my player of the match has to be Maloney, because whenever you're able to put up double-digit saves and over 50% save percentage in a game, that's absolutely elite-level talent and work.
And a sign of how this game has gone, it looked like the Spartans were going to control that draw, but the Lakers in possession here as they bring it across the Tampa line and take it all the way down into the far corner. And looking for more, as there's a pass that connects with DeYoung. And now up top for Bersinger. Her pass over for Hammer on the run. She's bumped. Hammer takes a couple steps back, turns the other way, up to Bersinger now, and return pass to Hammer. And closely marked back there as they send it in behind the Spartans net. 35 on the shot clock. There's a pass in front, shot, and Walling got a piece of it, didn't see the rebound. Now she does, and she covers up. And outlets here to the near side. Running it up the field, Erin McLaughlin with a good burst of speed across midfield. Erin McLaughlin pushed, and the official right there to call it.
And we saw McLaughlin with a great burst of pace earlier in the week in the exhibition against Scotland, absolutely getting by every single Scottish defender and be able to score a goal. So, Grand Valley State was able to play a little bit stronger defense there and prevent that from happening. But we can see that whenever Tampa needs to, they've got players that can turn on the Jets on a counterattack.
And now play resumes as she sends it up ahead for Gracie Colombo. Pass into the corner. Mott sends it over. A pass out in front. And they tried to connect with Colderman, but it's turned over. And the Lakers try to come back the other way. Hold on, there might be a loose ball. And indeed, there's an official right on the spot for a call made against Grand Valley State. And so the Spartans will get right back to work on offense as Colderman pushes it up ahead. And it's in the far corner, now in behind the Lakers net. A little spin move there. And switching hands, here's a pass that connects with Emma McLaughlin breaking in and can't get a quality shot away. And the Lakers able to pick it right back up as Maloney leaves it for DeRegis. And now slowly Alkiri, and she goes down. And a call will be made certainly against the Spartans there as the clock continues to run with now 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in what we can safely say is the game.
There's always the chance for 11 goals to be scored in that period of time, but unfortunately, I probably have slightly better odds of winning the lottery. That being said, it's only game 2 of a long season, and the Spartans already have shown a lot of strength. And the fact that they're still able to show effort, keep fighting, and keep putting on good chances, because Tampa has had a lot of good chances. There have just been better saves, unfortunately for them, by Maloney, as we've also heard the crowd chanting her name.
Kate DeYoung in the far corner, and she's taken down. And the official right there to call that one against the Spartans as the clock continues to run.
That's the 19th foul on the Spartans, and it's not been the only factor of defeat, but it's certainly not helped that they've had a couple more than Grand Valley State.
Up top with it now, Bersinger, and a pass in the middle, ball is loose. And 4 of them battle for it. It's still free and chased down, and the Spartans good hustle, but still neither team in control as the ball rolls loose. And on the far side of the field, you see a Grand Valley State player picking herself up. Possession remains with the Lakers inside a minute and a half. Now as play continues with Maggie Hammer crossing the Tampa line. Hammer switches hands spin move there and finally gives it up for Molly Bursinger. Bursinger starts her move towards the net, goes down. And with 1:04 to go in the game, the Spartans take over. As bringing it up ahead is Danny Waters. Waters crosses midfield. Waters gains the Lakers line and over it. Still in possession. A pass over and the ball goes loose and chased down. And UT will get there first in the far corner. As we're down to just 39 seconds now. Olivia Mott with it for the Spartans. Mott trying to get past the defender. Some help comes over. Pass given up for Emma McLaughlin. She makes a pass. And Colderman with it now. And a whistle as there's a call against Grand Valley State. And the clock just 19 seconds. Let's see if they can get everything organized in time for Julia Colderman to get a shot against Audrey Maloney. And there's the whistle. Colderman comes in, shoots, hits the goal post. And the Lakers come away with it. And the horn is going to go. And the game is over. And the Grand Valley State Lakers have come in and had their way with the Tampa Spartans in posting a 16-5 victory.
And to look on the stat sheet, it has just been dominance from the Lakers. They've walked into Tampa and proven why they're one of the best teams in the nations. And I think I speak for everyone in the booth. Our hats are off to them for absolutely putting on a masterclass. They outshot the Spartans 35-22 with 25-19 on goal. The player of the game, however, despite Conroy putting up 4 goals and an assist, Champagne getting a hat trick as well, it has to be Audrey Maloney. Audrey Maloney was able to put on 14 saves on all the Tampa shots on goal, putting up a 73.7 save percentage. And that's a type of number of a save percentage that is absolutely ludicrous to see when it comes to lacrosse. An absolute, I don't even have words to describe it. It's just otherworldly stuff from Audrey Maloney. And even though Tampa, the scoreline doesn't look really nice for them, they have Maloney to blame, I think, for a lot in that regard, because Tampa was actually deadly efficient when it came to shooting. They had 22 shots, and 19 of them were on goal. They had 19 chances of shots directly at Malone.
Well, and Maloney shut them out completely in the second half and actually only gave up 1 UT goal in the second quarter. So indeed a tremendous game. Audrey Maloney standing on her head in between the pipes for Grand Valley State. The Spartans, as I mentioned, will be off for some time now, not playing again until a week from Tuesday. So that'll be March 1st when we will be on the air here on TampaSpartans.tv to bring you the game between the Spartans and visiting Regis from all the way out in Colorado. And they're going to want to lick their wounds for a while after this game as they lose it 16-5. For Taylor Stolworthy, I'm Bruce Wozniak. My thanks as well to Andre Pyatt. You've been watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on TampaSpartans.tv. Have a great Sunday.